Swami Chinmayananda teachings. Where is your God? Question. Where is your God? I do not see, hear, or know God. And in these days of misery and sorrow, if at all God exists, I find him to be absolutely blind and deaf. I refuse to believe in God. Answer. You are perfectly right in your cry of protest against a God who is not coming forward to protect and save the world, which is suffering from sorrow and miseries. So, if the coolness of ice does not reach out to console the finger which is in the fire, it must certainly be the inability of the ice to cool. Or else, we will have to accept that the suffering of the finger is because of the stupidity of the person behind the finger. But this is rather inconvenient, isn't it? If one has the intelligence to know and recognize that both heat and cold exist in life, and that each is the immediate antidote of the other, then how can a person complain about the persecutions of one while crying out the inability of the other? If you are feeling persecuted by the cold, move toward the fire, invoke its grace, and bask in its warmth. If you are suffering from heat, move toward something cooler and embrace some refreshing shade. Just as we have been running after the world of sense cravings, lust and passions, of loveless cruelties, and of empty values, thus being with these days of sorrow, we can now turn to seek the opposite virtues and enjoy their comforts. This positive state of harmony and peace, which can be invoked by an intelligent person of will and courage, is called God. God is present everywhere as the melody in the music or the canvas in a painting. God is the warp and woof of the entire tapestry of life as the thread in a piece of cotton cloth. We must have the ears to listen to the melody. We must have the understanding to see the canvas. And we must have the knowledge to recognize the thread in the cloth. The hurried existence of busy experiences diverts our attention, and we must necessarily fail to see, hear, or to know God. Since I am saying all this in the form of a letter, I would like to say what Hans Denk said. Oh my God, how does it happen in this poor world that you are so great and yet nobody finds you, that you call so loudly and nobody hears you, that you are so near and yet nobody feels you, that you give yourself to everybody and yet nobody even knows your name. People flee from you and say they cannot find you. They turn their backs and say they cannot see you. They cover their ears and say they cannot hear you.